Hey guys, 7 WWE Rocks here, and I am here to review Ring of Honor's 15th anniversary pay-per-view just ended, and wow, an amazing show from freaking top to bottom. Crazy finish. It was an awesome night. It was really good, and we had 8 awesome matches on the card, and so I was thinking about, during the show, how I was going to review this, and so obviously I'm not going to go over every big move. I might get some things out of order just because it was so much chaos and greatness, but if you just want my quick overview, you don't want to watch the entire video, because I don't want to make this a long video. I want to try to condense it down, and so I'm going to have to skip over a few minor parts, but just real quick, if you just want to hear my thoughts on the show, it's amazing. Definitely get this on DVD or VOD or something. Awesome show with like a really great finish, and I rated all these matches really high because if you don't know, I'm doing like pay-per-view matches and main events for shows. I'm rating them and I'm writing them down in the journal, and so I got 8 matches, and I think the lowest rated matches, because I think I did multiple matches for it was 3 stars was my lowest rating, and I think I did let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I did 3 matches that were 3 stars, and then the highest I had was Hardy Boys, Young Bucks, and Roppongi Vice at 4 stars and 1/4. So great show, awesome. I mean, this show had technical wrestling, hard hitting action, street fights, thumbtacks, people getting murdered, super kick, blood. I mean, it was just insane. It was an awesome show. So I'm gonna review it for you guys real quick, just because it was such a great show, and I think people would want to hear my thoughts. Hopefully, so we're gonna get right into it. This match wasn't even advertised. Oh, but first, the commentary was Kevin Kelly, which I was surprised because we thought he was gone from Ring of Honor. No, Kevin Kelly was. I don't think the lead. I think Ian was the lead. So it was Ian. I forget how to pronounce his name. Something with an R. Ian, Kevin Kelly, and Colt Cabana. This was a great announced team. You had Kevin Kelly with his great, just he has that broadcast voice. He's good. I love Kevin Kelly. Ian, he's the young guy, but has all these facts and great stuff. So that was good. And Colt Cabana, the wrestling perspective, because he's obviously an actual wrestler, and he was hilarious. He was really funny. The banter with all of them was really good. A great announced team. That was. I really hope they stick with that throughout. Colt Cabana should, of course, wrestle, but if he's not wrestling on a pay-per-view, definitely put him at the announce table. He did really good. So the first match was Kenny King versus Jay White. This match wasn't even advertised, I don't believe. It felt like this should have been like a dark match, but they had it as the opener, which I would have switched it. I would have had the 6-man Mayhem match be the opener, but, what are you going to do? But this match was fun. Kenny King and Caprice Coleman was on ringside, and it wasn't like Caprice was being like really annoying during the match and like interfering and stuff. Jay White or Kenny King went for a dive on Jay White, and Caprice Coleman took the hit, so he was out for most of the match. But the ending came when Kenny King went for a royal flush, that big fireman's carry, into like a rock bottom type thing. Goes for it, and Jay White countered it with a roll up to get the win. So a fun match. I gave it 3 stars. So fun opener, but like I said, I would have switched it, but. Kenny King, I feel like he's going to be like an ACH or Cedric Alexander, this super talented guy that Ring of Honor is just not pushing, and they should be. But awesome match, really fun to kick off the show. Next, we had the 6-man Mayhem match, which was a #1 contendership for the TV title. We had Hangman Page versus Kazarian versus Cheeseburger versus Silas Young versus Chris Sabin and versus Punishment Martinez. Now, it's going to be so hard to talk about like all the moves because once the bell rang, they got off running really fast. And something that I thought was really helpful, Colt Cabana brought up, is this Lucha rules, this match. And they said it was. So, a lot of times with 6-man or 4-man, all these matches of Ring of Honor, you think like no one's making tags. People are going out of the ring and they're just coming back in. But they made it clear that since it's Lucha rules, if you go to the outside, do a dive or whatever, anybody can come back in the ring. That's kind of like tagging out. So I thought that was like a good insight for like a first-time viewer or even me, because I didn't realize they had that rule set for all the matches. Maybe they haven't, but they made a saying about it, so I was really happy about that. But just we got off running. So Chris Sabin hit an outside dive on Kazarian. Hangman Page went to the outside, did that beautiful shooting star press. Cheeseburger tried to get something going, but Silas Young interrupted it. And so basically all of them got to the outside, and none other than Punishment Martinez, 6'7" Punishment Martinez, hits a step up freaking senton to the outside. That was just insane. I mean, a man that size should not be able to do that. That's just unfair. Cheeseburger was like kind of like the main guy in this match, just getting his offense in, and looked like Hangman Page was going to kill him with his finisher on the ring apron, and then Punishment Martinez made the save. So does Punishment Martinez like want to protect Cheeseburger? I don't know, but hopefully they go into that storyline. But he like got on the ring apron so Hangman Page couldn't do it. Hangman Page spit in his face, and then Punishment Martinez choke slammed him on the freaking ring apron, just killing him in the process. But so yeah, Punishment Martinez freaking saved Cheeseburger. That's really weird. But towards the end, just because it was all chaos, I'm not going to remember everything. I mean, 8 matches. I'm sorry. I'm not going to remember every move, but it was awesome and crazy. But at the end, we saw Kazarian get who was it? It might have been Cheeseburger, I think, or Chris Sabin. I can't remember. But he got like he started out like a freaking crossroads, you know, like was holding him for like a neck breaker or something, and then turns it around into a freaking stunner. They call it the Ace of Spades. And Kazarian picked up the win. So now he is the #1 contender for the TV title. But we're going to get to Kazarian a little later in this review. So it was a fun match. I had it at 3 1/4 stars. So it was a fun mayhem match. And I definitely would have put it as opener just because it was so fast-paced. Next, we got Bobby Fish versus Jay Lethal in a like top contenders match is basically what they were billing it as. It was basically built up as 2 egotistical guys that think they're just better than everyone, which they kind of are. They're pretty amazing. But this was hard-hitting. Fish at the beginning of the match just did a straight-up like kick to Jay Lethal's chest, just like a big boot to his chest. Looked like it murdered him. And then later on in the match, Jay Lethal goes for an outside dive, a suicide dive to the outside. Bobby Fish kind of gets out of the way, but not really. Lethal slams his ribs into the guardrail, and he sells it like he's like about to throw up or break. He's easily broken ribs. It looked horrible. I thought, this is it. Jay Lethal's dead. That's how the show's gonna have to end. But the ref goes to the outside because the ref thinks he's freaking hurt. It really did. I was kind of nervous. It looked really scary. And the ref checks on him, and then you can see it just clear as day. The camera was right on him. The ref winks at Bobby Fish saying, Jay's okay, so just go on the offense. So I thought that was kind of funny, but it looked horrible. It was so scary. But this was a good match. Hard hitting. Fish focused on the leg, but then after that spot, he focused on the ribs and arm area. And just hard-hitting strikes to the ribs, to the chest, and then, kicks to the face. Jay Lethal going with the lethal injection, multiple times, but sometimes he evaded it, sometimes he hit it. Beautiful spot in the match was when Bobby Fish had an ankle lock in. Jay Lethal's holding on to the corners, so he's on the ropes. Fish has to let go. Fish is trying to yank him and pull him in. And when he pulls back real hard, Jay Lethal counters like midair into a cutter. It was amazing. It was like a really nice spot. I think a lot of people really flipped out about that. But at the end, I'm going to try to rush this. I'm sorry. It was a great match. I had it at 4 stars. Very, very good match. I know I'm not like Dave Meltzer or anything, but I mean, it was a good match. I had it at 4 stars. So the finish, Jay Lethal was able to hit the lethal injection, and he picked up the win, which I was very happy about. I think it was the lethal injection. I know he won, but I forget if that was legit how he won. I think it was just a lethal injection to win it. And he got the 1, 2, 3. So I predicted Bobby Fish was going to win, but I think it made much more sense to have Lethal finally get a win. Start moving him in the right direction. So awesome match, though. Sorry I can't remember the finish exactly, but just such a great night of wrestling. It's hard to remember all this great stuff. But moving on to the next match, we got the Kingdom versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. So, Colt Cabana hates Dalton Castle, so his commentary was really funny during this match. But basically at the start of the match, it was pretty much Dalton Castle and the Boys just making the Kingdom look like straight-up fools. The Boys did double sentons to the outside. Dalton Castle's German suplex, and he's suplexing all these people, just straight-up killing them. And then finally they got the Kingdom in that heel thing where they get, the offense. So most of the matches, them just working one guy. But what most people are going to talk about, what most people are talking about of this match, came towards the ending. So, first off, I just want to say Vinny, I forget his last name. It's like M something. Vinny from the Kingdom, I can't stand. He's like a goofy mental patient. Like I think he's supposed to be comical and like not a comedian, not like a comedy character, but supposed to be kind of funny, I guess. But he just screams and does like these whoops and stuff, and he's terrifying. He could be a mental patient. I don't know, but yeah, I just had to say that. But TK Orion, oh my gosh, he hits a moonsault. This one where, to the outside, he gets on the top rope, a springboard moonsault. He overshot it like way too much, and his legs smash into the guardrail. He lands on the boys, and I think he landed on Vinny too. Smashes his legs onto his leg curved on the freaking guardrail when they show in slow motion. Just looked brutal. But it's that high, fast-paced Ring of Honor. You see that big move, and you're waiting for them to, continue getting up. He did not get up. So they throw, I think, Dalton in the middle of the ring, and Vinny or Matt Taven goes for a powerbomb, and their finish is he goes for the powerbomb, and Vinny and TK, they jump up and kind of help the powerbomb, kind of like the Shield powerbomb, but they jump up. They're like Rollins and Ambrose, but instead of just grabbing and powerbombing, they jump up. I said that 5 times, but still. So they only did it with Vinny. Matt Taven called an audible. He was just like, let's just do it. So Vinny jumps up. He does the powerbomb. They get the win. They immediately go check on TK. And they all these security and backstage people come running out. So legit he's hurt. So they carried him out, and the fans gave him cheering ovation. It was scary. In all honesty, that's terrifying because I'm sure he broke his leg. They said they're gonna keep updates, but I don't think they ever got to him. And I'm sure they're gonna put something on Twitter later, but. That really sucks because the Kingdom's probably going to have to either vacate the titles or find someone else. Or, the good thing, maybe he does come back. Maybe it wasn't as serious as they thought and he's able to. But, yeah, the moonsault looks horrific. The replay, it was just awful. But a fun match. I didn't think it was going to be, match for the night, but a fun match. So, next, hopefully, TK Orion's good. That's what I really got to say. So, hopefully, freaking people, keep them in your thoughts because that's really sad. So next match was Marty Scurll defending his TV title against Lio Rush. Lio Rush started wrestling in 2015. That is disgusting. If I was a wrestler, I tweeted this. If I was a wrestler and I saw him at that rate, less than 2 years of experience, I'd give up. I'd be like, I'm out, guys. I can't do this anymore. But fun match. Scurll did that thing. Lio Rush, this is early on in the match. Lio Rush goes for a baseball slide to the outside. Scurll ties him up, in the ring apron, gets on the actual ring apron part and does a super kick to the face that just looked like it murdered him. And then mid-match, it's basically Scurll up to this point, working the arm. And mid-match, he hits that same super kick 3 times. Somehow Lio Rush just not no-sells it, but gets all furious, and they just start fighting, fists, punching. So that was really cool. Fun part. Awesome match. I'm not going to be able to remember everything, but Lio Rush, he was planning to freaking kill Marty Scurll. He hit that beautiful Spanish flying finisher. It's called the Rush Hour, and it was really funny. Kevin Kelly was saying it's either, he was either Marty's going to lock in the chicken wing or it's going to be Rush Hour 2. And Colt Cabana was like, I love Rush Hour 2. And I was like, freaking yes. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, awesome movie. Anyway, really fun match. And towards the end, we saw Marty Scurll. Oh, it's horrific, guys. Marty Scurll grabs Lio Rush's poor little finger and snaps it. The crowd goes silent so they can hear the pop. And Marty Scurll hooks in a chicken wing, rips off Lio Rush's tape that's helping his shoulder, and Lio Rush is forced to tap out in an awesome match. Lio Rush, he needs a TV title win. Not, I'm fine with him losing tonight, but near the future, come on, we got to give him something. I had that at 3 stars and 3 3/4 stars, so I had not 4 stars, but it was a really, really fun match. Next, kind of this, I wouldn't say the worst match of the card because there really wasn't a worst match to this card. The whole freaking show was amazing. I can't say that enough, but kind of to slow things down, just do a big old brawl. We had his match debut, Bully Ray and the Briscoes versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. and War Machine. basically the big thing about this match is Davey Boy Smith Jr. and War Machine were not seeing eye to eye. Apparently they're feuding in New Japan with their like factions and stuff. So they were like Davey's tagged out or tagged in when he wasn't supposed to, so they all got all pissed off. But they did the Briscoes. It was basically the Briscoes versus Davey Boy Smith and War Machine. Bully Ray did stuff, but he was just there as like the freaking veteran, the fun veteran that gets the crowd excited. They did the "What's up?" Briscoe did it. Bully shouted, "Get the tables," but they weren't able to. But the finish came out where the Briscoes. Oh, there was one part of the match. I just want to say this real quick because I don't want to waste your guys' time and talk too long. But one part of the match, freaking War Machine did this amazing move to Jay Briscoe. So basically, they threw him off the ropes when he's coming back. Raymond Rowe like does a pop-up move, like picks him up and throws him up in the air, and freaking Hanson catches him mid-air, and there's a power slam, and it looked amazing to Jay Briscoe. I mean, he's not like a small dude, but yeah, it was awesome. But the finish came where the Briscoes did a little tag team with Bully Ray. They did the 3D, a three-man 3D. I was really happy about that. So that was the finish. Of course, Bully Ray and the Briscoes got the win. I was very happy about that. It was just a brawl match. I mean, they were just beating the crap out of each other, basically. And then Davey Boy Smith goes mental and starts trying to kill War Machine. So security comes out, and Davey just starts throwing security people just into guardrails and freaking the apron. Looks like he's just straight up killing people. Cole Cabana just was loving it. Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry. During the Kingdom versus the Boys match, the Boys did that old like twin switcheroo thing, like the Bellas do or whatever. And Cole Cabana was screaming, like taking his headset off and yelling at Todd Sinclair. They switched, just yelling at Todd. It was really funny because he, hates the Boys and Don Castle. But anyway, Bully Ray and Briscoes get the win. Fun match. Just, it wasn't going to be like the greatest match of the night, but it was a fun match. I had it at 3 stars, honestly. Next, we had Straight Up Murder. People are going to be freaking arrested for this. We had the Hardy Boys defending their Ring of Honor tag titles against the Young Bucks and Roppongi Vice in a Las Vegas street fight. So, basically, you could kind of get the feeling Roppongi Vice was like just kind of there, but they took some pretty crazy bumps and had some pretty awesome spots. So I don't want anybody to think like it was pretty much the Young Bucks versus the Hardys, because it really wasn't. Roppongi Vice and Trent especially, they take some crazy, crazy bumps. So that was pretty cool. But just insane match. You're going to get a street fight with them. You're expecting crazy stuff. Freaking the super kicks, if the Hardys and Young Bucks were trying to get Roppongi Vice out of the way so they could just start fighting. But one point in the match, Rocky Romero has everyone set up in the corner in different corners each, puts on or takes out a tacked like a little elbow pad, I guess, a sleeve of thumbtacks. So he does that crazy clothesline corner thing, he's running and he turns around, he runs in it like a train. He did that to everyone. Thumbtacks, and people are like, always gonna say, no, that's fake, the thumbtack spots. Freaking, he hits Matt Hardy after he runs off him, so you can see Matt Hardy's chest. Blood is just pouring out of his shoulder. Oh, it looks so rough, but he's just killing people straight up. Trent Beretta gets thumbtacks of his own, but this time he pours out in the ring mat. And they just went insane with these thumbtacks. Basically, freaking the Young Bucks set up Trent. So they had like a doomsday device set up, electric chair. Matt Jackson had Trent in a like electric chair position. Freaking Nick goes off the top rope, does a bulldog. Trent lands chest first, and he's pulling thumbtacks on him. They got a great angle of him just pulling individual thumbtacks out of his hand and chest. It looks horrible. Then they pour thumbtacks in his mouth, super kick him, just straight up killing him. Then, I keep saying then, it keeps getting worse and worse. You keep thinking I'm going to stop, but no. Then they get a Meltzer driver onto, I believe, Rocky, and they did a Meltzer driver, his head straight first onto thumbtacks, pretty much killing the man. So he's dead. Basically, that's how they took out Roppongi Vice, so the Hardys could, dish out some pain of their own. But the crazy finish as they set up Trent on the table, which a lot of people wouldn't note this, I don't think, but this was really good. The table only had like the legs on one half, so the other half of the table didn't have any legs for whatever reason. So Matt sets it up along the ring ropes. Something like that could like really screw up a wrestler, and they'd be all pissed off and be like, give me a freaking table that works. But no, they improvise. The Hardys freaking are mental. So they set Trent on that table, and Jeff, I was thinking maybe a leg drop or something. No, Jeff does just a straight-up swanton off the ladder through the table to get the win. Absolutely insane finish. The camera angle kind of sucked. The replay was better. But that's my only negative probably of this show. The camera angles, and when they showed replays, they would always pick a replay at the worst moment because they'd always show it like when something was happening in the ring. But the angles, sometimes they miss stuff, and I was really mad about it. Like, they would just totally miss a move or just have a too close angle when it should have been, like, far away. I'm not saying, like, I'm a freaking photographer or whatever, but it was, man, sometimes it frustrated me because I thought we were missing really good moves. But the Hardys picked up the win. Oh, yeah, Nick did that awesome thing where everyone's on the outside, and Trent pushed him off the ladder, and Nick landed on the ropes and then did a swanton to the outside. It was amazing. But great match. I had it at 4 and 1/4 stars. So really fun. Just a crazy street fight. It was mental. They did some really insane spots, and that's what I wanted them to do. So awesome match. I can't wait to see what else is with the Hardys. I hope they stay in Ring of Honor, honestly. But I think they're going to WWE after all this, after Supercard of Honor. But I wouldn't be sad at all if they stayed in Ring of Honor, to be honest. But that's just me. Now, the main event. Adam Cole versus Christopher Daniels for the world title. I'm going to try to rush this because I feel like I'm talking way too long. Because I'm losing viewers, I think. But basically, the start of the match, like the big, I guess, turning the tables. Or not really turning the tables, but like what set the match. Towards the beginning, we had Adam Cole super kick Christopher Daniels in the face when he was near the ring post on the outside. Then when he hits him, when he connects with the super kick, Daniels' head goes right into that ring post. So he's busted wide open, blood everywhere. And then, that's just freaking Cole's hitting big boot, super kick, bicycle kicks, telling him to stay down, So it's basically Cole just murdering Christopher Daniels. And then we had a moment, that was kind of the turnaround, where Adam Cole was yelling at him, saying, "This is why you're not champion. This is why you've never been champion. This is why you're never going to be champion." And then he said something about, I think, going to Christopher Daniels' home and doing something to his wife. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going, but I couldn't hear him because the crowd was chanting. I really wish they would have not kept quiet because, you're allowed to chant whatever you want, but I wish they had been quiet during that part because I feel like once they heard what Adam Cole said, they'd be like, "Oh, free. No, he did not just say that." And then, it'd be a big Christopher Daniels beatdown moment. So after that, he threw Christopher Daniels into the ring post, but Daniels just no-sold it and just started beating the crap out of Adam Cole. So that was the turning point. And so Adam Cole, it went back and forth. We saw Christopher Daniels hit a Styles Clash. That was awesome. The freaking crowd just went nuts when he did that and almost got the 3 count, but he just kicked out in the nick of time. But oh my gosh, Styles Clash from Christopher Daniels, that's awesome. Adam Cole hit an Angel's Wings. They were stealing each other's finishers. And then the ending came where, just any other, main event for Ring of Honor, Todd Sinclair gets super kicked in the face. He's knocked out. So we see Kazarian. Yes, future, TV, or he has the TV title shot. Kazarian comes out in his Bullet Club shirt, and he grabs Christopher Daniels, holds him by his arms so Adam Cole can hit him with the title. Daniels dodges out of the way. It looks like Adam Cole's about to connect with Kazarian, but they stop and they're like, "Okay, we're good, guys, don't worry." So Kazarian grabs the title and says, "You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take out Daniels." So Kazarian's about to hit Daniels with the title while Todd Sinclair's knocked out, like always. Goes to hit him, and he pulls back, throws the title out of the ring, rips off his Bullet Club shirt, and lo and behold, he's got a Christopher Daniels shirt on. Gives Adam Cole the finger, shoots him the bird, and he leaves the ring. Adam Cole looks shocked, like this, cannot believe it, turns around, and Christopher Daniels does the finger, Bullet Club symbol, the little finger gun. And he does that little rock bottom thing he does, and then that hits 3 best moonsault evers. Yes, back to back to back. Beautiful best moonsaults ever. And Todd Sinclair's back in the ring. We got a 1. We got a 2. We got a 3. And we have a new Christopher Daniels. We have a new Christopher Daniels. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion for Ring of Honor, and that man is Christopher Daniels. Awesome turn. I just loved it. I said this in my prediction, and I thought this was going to happen, but just seeing it, it was amazing. I was freaking out. I couldn't believe it when he ripped that shirt off. We had Daniels' shirt on. It was awesome. Just a great moment. The entire locker room comes out to hoist up Daniels on their shoulders while he has his moment. Freaking Kerry Silkin, I think his name, he comes out and he gives Daniels like the first ever Ring of Honor world title. So I thought that was kind of nice. It's kind of weird how he just had that line around. Am I right? It was almost like he knew Daniels was going to win, but he gives him that. So Daniels holds up both of these titles, the current championship and then the first championship. So that was awesome. 15 years. That's pretty cool. Ring of Honor had a great show tonight. Just really, really good. I would say it's an A, honestly. I wouldn't go A+, but I'd say it's an A. Awesome show. The announce team was great. Colt Cabana brought up all these people from Ring of Honor's past and all these great shows that he wasn't even a part of. So I really liked that. You didn't think it was just a big Ring of Honor pay-per-view. It really meant something. It was Ring of Honor's 15th anniversary show. So the announce team was great. The matches were awesome. Definitely pick it up if it comes out on DVD or whatever. Just an all-around fun show. And if you were wondering, I had Adam Cole and Christopher Daniels at 3 3/4 stars. So definitely an awesome show. And I highly recommend it. So hopefully you enjoyed my review. Sorry if I missed a lot of good parts. Maybe you were like thinking, oh, you missed this part or whatever, but I didn't want to talk too long. And if I remembered everything, this video would be way too long. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at 7WWRocks. Thank you to the live viewers that were listening to this. I really do appreciate it. And awesome night. Ring of Honor, job well done. This was a really good pay-per-view, and it had an awesome ending. So thanks so much for listening, and as always, have a great night.